What's going on, everybody? Welcome to G-Miles World Podcast, and today we're going to be talking about Thursday Night Football, Week 10 of the 2000 NFL season, and it was very, very disgusting. And I'm going to talk to you guys specifically about where this game went crazy. You go back to the play where they blitz Cam. He's about to get sacked, and he just throws the ball off his back foot in the end zone, and it's a pick six. After that play, the game was pretty much over, and I'm going to tell you why. Cam Newton, for some reason, I don't know what's going on. There's like some stories swirling around about girlfriends. It's a lot of hysteria going on, right? I don't know what was going on with this guy, but those are the kind of mistakes that you just can't make, especially when you're playing a Steelers team at home, and it's a very, very important game. Defensively, they were challenged. Big Ben statistically had one of the best games of his career. What I don't think people realize is that although Big Ben did have early success, he got those Super Bowl stuff like that, he's consistently been a very, very decent QB in this league. And he has a very, very good wide receiver core. He has a very good running back in James Conner. And, he has the tools that he still can actually make those things happen right now. So people can knock him for, whatever, he's done in the past. He's had a lot of things that have happened off the field, whatever. But on the field, he's been consistently a decent quarterback. Even when he's been really, really bad, his numbers have been outrageous. Like he'll go into a game and throw 3 interceptions but have like 500 yards. Like he's a wild savage, okay? Let me just go ahead now and talk about Cam Newton. We're going to, go both sides. We're going to talk about Le'Veon Bell tweeting about, James going crazy, James Conner going crazy during the game and stuff like that. We're going to, try to get into that all throughout this, this podcast right here. And we'll figure it out about what that really means with Le'Veon Bell, because based on the interview that I saw prior to the game, James Conner did specifically say that he hasn't been speaking to Le'Veon Bell since this whole thing has been going on. So we'll get to that in a second to see what's actually trying to transpire through that. But Cam Newton, this is the reason why people won't pick them to beat the Saints or to, to be that team that can come out of the NFC. Because you can get a good Cam, you get a bad Cam. And right now we got the bad Cam. You're getting blown out 52. Yo, bro, listen, these guys, man, for you to really go out there and get blown out like that, the one thing I could tell you about like a good teams lose, but good teams don't lose like that. You know what I'm saying? So this loss right here, this is going to really, really affect the psyche of the players, because it's not like Cam Newton is Tom Brady and you could believe in him like, yo, he's going to come back out the next game and do what's right. No, he's going to come back out and do the same exact thing in another game. He's going to be throwing the ball right to a defender off his back foot or not jumping into the pile for a fumble in the Super Bowl. He's doing things that I don't understand, because I really like Cam Newton, bro, and I want this guy to do well, but you can't do that. You could take the safety, you know what I'm saying, and then you see how it goes from there. Let your defense get out on the field. You get a decent punt, something like that. Intentional grounding in the end zone, is also a safety, whatever. But you take the sack in the end zone, you throw the ball away, you throw it down to Olsen's feet that's right in front of you. You don't throw the ball as a lollipop in the middle of the field. And that's what my problem is with him. And I don't understand why he did that. And after that happened, I was just disgusted, like throughout the entirety of the game after that play, because it's sort of like when you think about a quarterback that's been in the league for this long. And I know, look, they were relentless. His O-line wasn't blocking, all that good stuff. I understand all that stuff. It's still no excuse for how he played, because that play dictates what else goes on in the game, and you cannot make that mistake. Remember, the Steelers, all of a sudden, their defense is playing out of their minds. You know what I'm saying? Like, their defense is playing really, really well. And it's like, yo, what's going on? Because, I was one of the guys like, yo, Mike Tomlin might have to get fired, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way they've been playing, now I'm looking at it and I'm like, hold on. These dudes out here dominating? But again, the Panthers' offense is not that, like, prolific. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Cam Newton's going to run around. He's going to throw the ball. He's going to hand the ball to McCaffrey. You got Olsen. You got a couple of, you got a rookie receiver. You got Funchess. Like, dude sometimes will play big, sometimes he won't. So it's not like it's a really established offense that's that good. But you can't go out there and do stuff like this. But again, whether you want to blame the O-line, you want to blame Riverboat Ron, you want to blame whoever you want, I got to blame Cam Newton. And I'm telling you right now, he cannot be trusted to go forward with this team. Is he going to still be their starter for years to come? Yes. But he's not trustworthy. Listen, I'm going to tell you something right now, right? Tom Brady is 41 years old. And like when Tom Brady throws a pick, like he threw a pick early in the season and it was like I forgot, who was he playing, the Texans? He came out there, he threw a pick, and it was like a very, very bad throw. And he was just like, yo, you know what? You saw him on the sideline. He's like, yo, I'm about to fix this. I'm about to go out there. I'm about to take care of business. And that's what he did. You see what I'm saying? But he didn't that even though he was forced to throw that, it still wasn't as bad of a throw, for what Cam Newton did. You understand what I'm saying? Because when he made that throw, that was a throw that he was looking to see somebody get open. So it was just like, he made a mistake with it, with the way of the timing, whatever it was. You could look at that play. If he's about to get sacked in the end zone for a safety, he's going to take that safety. Drew Brees is going to take that safety. If they can't throw the ball away, or you know what I'm saying, or even if they have to get intentional grounding, they are not going to throw the ball in the middle of the field and off his back foot just being an idiot and just dropping backwards. That's not going to happen. That's what separates good quarterbacks from great quarterbacks. This is what I'm saying. Sometimes your old line is going to whiff on the block. It's going to happen. They're paying the defensive guys millions of dollars to rush. It's going to happen. It's not like I'm expecting the old line to just be perfect every down. That's not an excuse. Sometimes they're not going to be able to make the play. But you can't do that to your team. And he's been doing this for so long. Bro, it's sort of like this, bro. You're potty training your kid. And then after a year of being potty trained, they just take a huge dump on the kitchen floor. You're like, yo, what in the... Bro, this is what I'm... Look, the guy has gone through so much. He's gone through so much. A lot of things have already... he's seen things like this. This man has been to the Super Bowl. He's seen defenses. He's seen all... You can't make mistakes like that. That's like a Dak Prescott throw in the end zone trying to hit Amari Cooper in the double coverage. Like, it's just idiotic. And that's why, it looks like regression. And that's the biggest knock that people have on Cam Newton. You don't know what Cam you're going to get. And I'm not trying to make it look like, Forrest Gump is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. I ain't trying to do that. What I'm trying to say is, I understand TJ Watt was all up in you, bro. I understand what was going on. But you can't play like this. You just can't. Because everybody knows that you're better than that, but they also know that once they get pressure on you, you start acting like an idiot. This is what I'm saying, right? Even when you're getting pressured and all this stuff is going on, you can say, look, the coaching staff could start calling more runs, screenplays, more, quick hitches, things like that. You can say all that. But even with all of that going on, the defense wasn't playing well, okay? So you got to figure out a way. This is why Bill Belichick, to me, is the best coach ever to coach in the NFL. And like, I don't think I was alive during the Bill Walsh days, so I don't know. Bill Walsh, people bring that up and say how good he was and stuff like that. We all know about those things. I read about it and stuff like that. But the thing about Bill Belichick, even in his losses, he's great. Because you can see that he understands and he knows how to coach his team up, and they figure out ways to at least try to initiate something that could make them better in the future. I didn't see any of that from anything that was going on with the Panthers. This dude, Riverboat Ron, just sitting on the sideline looking at Cam Newton like, I really hate you, bro. If you look at the sideline, you can see that Riverboat Ron is like, yo, this guy is garbage. Like, he knows that there's certain things he's just not going to get out of Cam. And I'm not saying that if you don't give Cam a better offensive weapon, like a real number one wide receiver, because he doesn't have one. He doesn't have a real number one wide receiver, and I understand that. But neither does Tom Brady. Like, he's bringing Josh Gordon and whatever like that, but Tom Brady went years, and again, people can be like, yo, why are you putting him in the same sentence? All I'm saying is that it can be done. You look at dudes that Kirk Cousins when he was with Washington. The dude played with all backup old linemen, dudes off the sideline, dudes that were just out there handing out hot dogs and was still able to get wins with everybody coming in every play. But nobody gave him credit. And then he gets, the Redskins never wanted to sign him and he ends up with the Vikings. But that dude did things that Cam Newton probably couldn't do. The dude played games. I literally watched Kirk First Cousins stand there in the pocket, get blasted on continuous series and win games with none of his starting linemen. So I don't want to hear it. I've seen Russell Wilson do it. I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Some days your O-line doesn't have it. You got to make that play happen if you're that guy. Cam Newton is not that guy. And like I said, as much as I want to like him and, the things that he's doing, whatever, I can't, bro, for all the Panther fans out there, you know what I'm saying, that were watching this game, you guys were all disgusted. All of you guys were disgusted. Like, yo, what is this idiot doing? He's just doing whatever he wants. That one throw destroyed everything because you cannot do that as the leader of the football team. And I don't really care what anybody has to say because I've seen other quarterbacks with worse offensive lines be better than what Cam Newton was, even with a ferocious pass rush. That was absolutely disgusting. I don't expect him to do anything in the playoffs. I expect him to be home on the couch watching it with us, and that's pretty much where I am with it, bro. On the other hand, Steelers look really good. James Conner, bro, you done took Le'Veon Bell's job. You got him tweeting about you. That's going to be some bad things coming soon because he's going to be riding the bench while you're still the starter, James Conner. Be careful, wolf in sheep's clothing. Until next time, one love.